Alright, so we are in Indiana. I'm sorry if you have a hard time hearing me. The wind is really bad, and because we have the roof rack, it comes in through the door. It's not at all the most annoying sound. I don't know, I can't decide what's more annoying. The cat's incessant howling or this wind in my ear.
The cats have been drowned out for me at this point. I can't hear them. So for me, it's the wind.
Well, both suck. I'm gonna do this because it's really bright. What did I say? We were in Indiana already? We're in Indiana.
Yes.
Mister's awake and being a tool right now because he's meowing. I think he needs some water, so we're gonna pull over and get him some water in a bit. And I'm going to go pee because I have to pee. I don't know what else. So far this morning, Ned and I got turned around in Chicago because there's so much construction that we couldn't see the signs for where we needed to turn, and this one thing like went this way and then it split, and then we were supposed to go to the far right, and I thought we were supposed to go like along the left of the split, so we went the wrong way and we had to go like all the way around and come back just fine. We didn't scream at each other that whole time or anything. No. That's like maintaining silent. We were actually really mean to one another, but we made up. It's okay. We were just a little stressed out, so it's fine.
It happens.
Last night we walked around Chicago a bit, just in kind of some neighborhoody sort of business areas. We didn't go like into the huge, like touristy downtown parts. We don't know where we would have gone if we were there. We would have, but we were exhausted from driving and traveling, so we wanted to go back to the hotel, go to sleep. Ned was determined to get some Chicago pizza, which we already have his rating on how that worked. Stopped and we had like 2 or 3 beers. We didn't really do anything too
We stopped at
spectacular.
the brewery, not the brewery, the beer place.
We stopped at like a beer place, which was pretty cool.
$3 beer special.
$3 beer special. We had Brooklyn Lager. And Uber picked us up from there. Thank you very much to Jamie and Dennis for telling us about the Uber. It's like the coolest thing ever. Is in this entire trip, there's 2 things that I'll talk about. I'll talk about Waze being awesome and Uber being awesome. So this guy with this like really awesome Eastern European accent, who is so adorable, was telling us about his previous passenger gave him what? Oyster mushrooms?
Yeah, he gave him oyster mushrooms.
Oyster mushrooms. It was like, do you know anything about oyster mushrooms? And we were like, no, we don't know anything about oyster mushrooms. And he shows us this big like 2-liter Shasta bottle that's got all these like straws and stuff in it, and at the bottom of it has like oyster mushrooms and stuff. So that was pretty cool. And he was like, he's like, I don't need any oyster mushrooms, but okay, thanks for your oyster mushrooms. And I was like, well, I don't have any oyster mushrooms for you. And he laughed, and it was funny. He drove a Honda Accord. He drove like a 2016 Honda Accord. This thing was probably the nicest car ever. Like, ever. It was beautiful, and it had all these screens and it built into the car. Plus, then he had like a TomTom on his dashboard. And
it's up in like 3 minutes. It's right around the corner.
Yes, very true. The Uber is so cool. So if you download the app, it's going to tell you the different parts about Uber. So you can do the Uber X, you can do the Uber Taxi, you can do like the Uber XTV, you can do the Uber Black, which like I think they pick you up in like a Lexus, which is awesome. But Dennis referred us, and it was pretty cool. So by him referring us, we got $20 off our first ride. So the $20 off the first ride, and he drove us 32 miles into Schaumburg, so we were in a suburb.
The free ride that Dennis gave us was
17 bucks, which was awesome.
Whereas we took a cab into the city, and it was a little bit much more expensive than that.
It was $86
Yeah,
to take this taxi. They're coming over, hun. To take this taxi van.
That's fine, go. I was letting him in.
I know. Just please. Sturgis next, right? I thought we already passed Sturgis.
I think there's a Sturgis in North Dakota as well.
Oh, well, there's a Sturgis in Indiana and a Sturgis in South Dakota. So he picked us up, and like the app will tell you, like if it'll give you a little map area, and it'll tell you like how far away they are, and you can see them driving. You can see their little cars like driving around and see how far they are away from you, and it gives you fare estimates, so you can put everything in and it'll tell you the fare estimate of where you're going. Even if we hadn't had the $20 off for our referral for using Uber, it would have still only been like $43 or something like that. So that was pretty cool, with tip for the taxi. This taxi was like, I mean, it was like a van, like a Dodge Caravan, but like 1990 something Dodge Caravan.
An old shabbier car.
And it was like,
nice
it was nice. He asked us if we were gonna go have tequila, and we were like, no, we're not gonna have any tequila. Bree's like sitting on the couch like, I would drink tequila. Ned was like, we're more of like beer people. It was funny.
We are.
And I'm a gin and beer kind of person.
Gin and beer?
Not together. I just like gin and I like beer. And so he picks us up. Anyway, back to the Uber. He picks us up in this beautiful car, and I think that it was like the most pleasant thing ever because I didn't have to listen to this sound, and it was just like this smooth ride, and he knew exactly where he was going. So he's like weaving in and out of traffic, never having to touch his brakes, like all this like main traffic, all this stuff. He was really, really nice. And we tipped him too because he was so adorable, and I loved his accent. So that was pretty cool. Then back to today, we woke up a little late this morning, had a late start. I threw cold water on Ned because he yelled at me for sleeping in, which I shouldn't have done, but whatever.
Anal Lando?
Anal Lando, yes, that is an anal Lando. I'm sure Lando Calrissian is very excited about that.
Landau Calrissian.
I don't even know what to say. Look at this is our view once again. Yay, Middle America. So Mr. is like seriously freaking out. Can you see his eyes back there? He's so cutie.
I think we got a gas exit coming up here.
Yeah, we're gonna get him some water and stuff. He gets really thirsty really easily on this medicine. Like as soon as we give him water, he'll like pass back out. So yeah, Indiana, it looks like we have about 200 miles left to Ohio, which we thought we were staying off the highway in Ohio. I think we still kind of are, but like as we have the TripTix map, let me see if I can like find it. I don't think I saw it like this when we were Google mapping it because we were just trying to stay as close to the highway as possible. But like, so we're going through this like super condensed area, and you can see like, oh, that's Chicago. Never mind, apparently I suck at showing you guys things. Aha! Okay, so Cleveland, you can see Cleveland on there, and then you can see that this little thing right there, that's where we're staying. And so I think it's kind of just like Chicago, where we're staying in a suburb of Cleveland.
I don't think it's farther away than that.
I don't know. I mean, it might be, hopefully, because I don't want to go straight through all what we went through before. So we have about 200 miles left to go till there, and then that's our last stop before we're there. But I sincerely have to pee, and it looks like there's a Hardee's up here.
Is there not a gas station there?
Maybe? Next Travel Plaza, something, 20 miles?
Yeah, we'll definitely
So we'll
stop
wait for
there.
the 20 miles, no Hardee's.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright.
He looked at the camera and he should be looking at the road. Oh my god, Mr. needs water. Okay.